Welcome. In front of me I have the HOTWAV Note 15 Pro, and I'll go for unboxing along with a quick look at the device and its specifications. Anyway, without wasting any time, let's just get straight into it. Right on the box we do have a bit of a sticker right here letting us know that we have 12 gigabytes of RAM, but this is a pathetic bullshit kind of thing that companies do. In reality, you have measly 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is pretty low for an Android device, and honestly I don't recommend any kind of device that does this shit at all. Like, if a company tries to scam you with this, I don't think you should buy their devices in general. Now, the reason I am so critical about this is because they're basically marketing RAM, which is random access memory storage that is designed to be quickly accessed by the applications, for instance, and quickly get rid of data and put data on it in rapid successions. 4 gigabytes might not be enough. 12 gigs obviously would be definitely enough, but the 8 gigs that you have extended is actually the 128 gigabytes of storage, which is pretty crap right here, converted to RAM. Now, if this would have ever worked, desktop users would be converting SSDs into RAM, and we would have terabytes of them at this point. But we don't, because there's a reason for that. It's because it's shit, and it doesn't equate to the same thing. Just because it both have a label gigabytes don't mean that they're both the same thing. So I don't recommend getting any kind of device that does this crap at all. Next, taking a look at the device, even though I said I don't recommend it, I am gonna quickly just kind of go through this. So let's boot it up. And right here under we get a case that comes included with the device. That's nice. Then we get a cable, Type-C to Type-A, charger, which looks like a measly 5 watt, oh no, 10 watts, though I would be kind of sketched out to plug this into my wall, as it looks very cheap. Looks more like a fire hazard than a charger. And we get the manual, and that's basically everything that you have. So, going over the specifications, we have a crappy processor, being the Unisoc Tegra T606 CPU. It comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, expandable storage with SD cards. In terms of the display, we're looking at a display of 6.5-inch IPS 720p display. Nothing special, it's actually very crap. And in terms of Android, it's running an Android 14, 5160 mAh battery, lithium polymer battery type, and where's the cameras? Why can't I see anything about cameras? Great. Apart from just the resolution, it doesn't really tell me much. So it supposedly has 4K resolution. I'm assuming that's for pictures. At 1080p pixels at 30 frames, so 1080p at 30 frames of video, but it doesn't mention any kind of camera specs right here. So yeah, that's basically everything that there is to it. Now I want to check one last thing, which would be the price of this device, as this obviously will be the defining factor for any kind of phone. And this one comes at about $100 US. So it is very cheap phone that doesn't really offer anything outside of just the price. Now, I do want to point out one thing. If you are reasonable in case of, like, I don't know, having the ability to save money a little bit, I highly recommend saving up a bit more money and getting a much better device. If that is an option, I highly recommend doing that, as when it comes down to phones specifically, probably not only phones, but specifically phones in this example, the cheaper they are, the less you get. But for instance, much better devices aren't that much more expensive. The insanity gets only to like high end, where for instance you pay $1,000 extra for you don't even know what, because a model before that, for instance, let's just bring up a recent example. The ROG phones from Asus, they have the ROG 9 I think, and 9 Pro. The 9 costs $1,000. The 9 Pro costs $1,500. The difference is, who the hell knows? They're basically running the same specifications. And outside of just some gimmicks, there is almost no difference. And that's kind of what you get at high end. But at low-end devices, for instance, $100 gets you something about what you get right here, to be completely honest. So other devices from other manufacturers will offer you about the same kind of device, though one crucial difference is it will most likely be running the newest version of Android, unlike this one, which is running Android 14, which is a bit dated. But for instance, for about $180, you can get something like the Nothing CMF Phone 1. It's just unsurmountably better than what you have right here. In every department, everything about the phone will be much better, and the device itself will be just incomparably faster to what you have right here. We're talking about snappiness, a higher refresh rate displays to match that snappiness of the device, a mid-range processor, and as far as I can right now tell, it is literally the best kind of value for your money, where you get a insanely good device, like really good in terms of specifications, for about $180. So there, like, if you have the option to save up $80 and get that, there is no reason not to do it. And that being said, as far as I can see right now, what I've had here in front of me, at this price range, there is nothing better, and there hasn't been anything better for about a year right now. So yeah, I highly recommend that instead of going for like the very bare bone devices like these ones. But if that is your budget, this one seems like it's on par with most other devices in this range. So anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.